On to the finals, just your thoughts about this afternoon's game.
I thought our defense was special. That our kids really bought into playing tendencies that we talked about we got to take a few things away. And for the most part, and I'll give Fairmont credit, they made some really tough shots today. There was hardly any times in the game where I was disappointed, like, boy, that wasn't a very good defensive possession. They're shooting pull-up jumpers over top of us, and Noonan hit some big shots, but I thought our defense was special. And I'll also give Fairmont credit on the defensive side. We've led the nation in assists almost the entire year, and we only had 8 today, and it's because they weren't helping on dribble drives. And they're not giving up the assist, and thank God we have Liz Flowers, because she kind of took care of that problem.
All right, questions?
Liz, talk about maybe one point you just took the game over early on when you guys were like stagnant offensively. You really started attacking the rim and consequently opened some things up on the outside for yourself.
Yeah, this year, I mean, I've kind of become more of a shooter, so I haven't really been doing much of my driving game. But when I see that they were doing that, we were kind of stagnant. We just needed someone to hit seams, and when I would hit the seams, and no one would come at me, or if they came over, Kiki would be wide open on the block. So.
Lynn, I mean, 2,000 points, obviously she's a great scorer. What about her game makes her so good in scoring for you guys?
She's kind of a freak of nature athletically. You know, she's a great combination of speed and power, so she doesn't get knocked off of her drive. And I'll give the kid credit, and both of these kids. This is a testament to the way it's supposed to be. And I hope I don't embarrass Liz. She made 10 threes her freshman season, the entire season. And she's worked at it and worked at it and worked at it. And now she's, she was second in the country for almost the whole season last year in three-point field goals. So that's kind of supplemented her dribble drive game, and it's turned her into a special player.
Even now we're talking about her offense, but I think her defense gets lost. Busquets kind of put them on her back yesterday. She doesn't get a bucket today.
Well, and that was Liz's matchup pretty much the whole day, and we talked about this last year. I keep bringing it up, but Liz was in a shooting slump last year, and I thought became the best defensive guard in the region. Had a string of 3 or 4 unbelievable games. So if we can keep her out of foul trouble, I know she can guard people. And it always helps defensively that if you do get beat, we got her standing back there. So that's always a nice thing to have.
Let's go back to something that Steve said yesterday. He's been at Fairmont for 16 years. He said this is the best team that you've had since he's been at Fairmont.
I hate to make comparisons because I've been blessed coaching some unbelievable players, and a testament of how special this tournament is. Look at the number of former players I got here this week. They're flying in from Texas, Wisconsin, because this is special. And I've coached some great teams, but when we guard this team, we are more versatile offensively than we've ever been. I do believe that.
Yes.
And when we guard people like we did today, I think we're as good as any team in the country.
How beneficial now? Obviously, Kyle's no slouch. She's strong. She's quick. The 2 guards is that unbelievable combination because they can both play the 1 or the 2 exceptionally well. Your guard, your backcourt is how good is your backcourt?
It's really good, and Kylie has played really good defensively. We track points given up, which is one of the most valued stats in my book, and Kylie gave up 2 yesterday, and I don't even know if she got scored on today. So again, they're 2-way performers, and I'm hoping we shoot the ball better tomorrow because Johnny Alcosti and Emily have played really well for us this season, and we're not shooting it well, and we're probably going to have to make a few more shots. But when these 3 kids throw Kylie in the mix or playing, we're a pretty tough matchup.
Good.
Kiki, does it help? I mean, even if you struggle from shooting, I mean, 16.6 blocks. That you don't see that very often at all. From you, yes, but from most people, no. How much does that kind of help you kind of spirit-wise, when, the points may not be falling, but you can still remain so dominant throughout the rest of the game? How much do you feel that, kind of lifts everybody else up?
It helps a lot just to know that I'm doing something, because obviously when I'm not scoring, I was very upset with myself today, but I can see the difference it makes. I know we're not going to be able to get run-outs and, get stops offensively if I'm not down there helping them, so I know I'm contributing, you know what I mean? So it does feel good to know that I have Kylie, and then, that I can depend on Liz and the rest of my team to do something with, me rebounding and getting block shots, so I'm grateful to have my team.
I thought two of the bigger plays in the game was when she got that steal and went coast to coast. And when we were struggling to score and we had a ball out with 3 seconds left, and Kylie missed that power move and Liz elevated and went up and got it and then put the power put back. I thought those were two big big plays that kind of kept them at bay.
She had a big block when Fairmont was starting to make a run too. That obviously, so it's hard to pinpoint her block shot.
Yeah, she's had a lot of them. But I'll give Fairmont credit, and I'll give Coach McDonald credit. They lost Mackenzie White there at about the 2/3 mark, and they didn't fold the 10th, and they've been playing pretty darn good this last 2.5 weeks, so we knew this was going to be a struggle. But I hate to use this term because it kind of says you're taking the joy out of basketball, but we were very businesslike again today. We were focused, and it was put the task ahead, and we're going to go out and do it, and it makes coaching pretty easy. I basically was a cheerleader today. I just stood over there and cheered pretty much for 40 minutes.
Your ball movement, especially, you guys are known for move the ball. I thought your ball movement early was just unbelievable. And
that's what I kept telling them. Even when we were down, I kept looking at them and saying, we're fine. We're going to we'll have to make a shot at some point, because we were getting some pretty wide open looks early in the game, and we've got kids that can find their way to the basket. And of course, Liz came through and got to the rim on a number of times. But our ball movement, and that's what makes this team special, because they share it. Everybody on this team passes the basketball.
I want to thank you. I saw you play a couple of years ago, and I kind of thought today that it came to mind that you came to West Liberty, I thought, more as an athlete than a basketball player. You're leaving as much of a basketball player as you are an athlete. Is that fair to say? Do you think you improved your game all around?
I would definitely say that's fair to say. A big improvement, obviously, offensively, if anything, getting comfortable around the basket and just playing smarter as a player, because it was all raw athleticism, and they worked with me a lot in the off-season and, preseason, and that was a big help. And my sophomore year was definitely a learning season, get into it,
right?
Start to control everything, so definitely.
You tell him to read the future on you. He doesn't read his own story.
Again, I can't emphasize how special this tournament is. We were talking even before the game today, and I'm sitting there in the Civic Center, and I'm looking around, and I'm going, the PSAC's playing at Cal PA today. They're playing at Cal PA, and our kids are playing at Charleston Civic Center. And I think you talked about the student-athlete experience, and it's incredible. And, I'm coaching it, and I think it's incredible. So I'm hoping that we can continue this for a number of years, because it is really something special, and that's why kids fly from Wisconsin and Texas to be here. It is something that kids aren't getting in other places in the country, and we are.
That's a good question. How much does that neutral site experience, just kind of everyone comes to Charleston instead of going to someone's home court, how much does that help you guys? How much more stress does it make for the players to know that you're kind of making it an event?
This is our favorite time of year.
Oh, we love coming down.
We love this stuff.
And our fan support, as you can see during the game, everyone comes down that can, and so just like you said, being in a neutral place like this, it makes it a lot more special seeing that they made the trip to come here and spend the weekend. A lot of people spend the weekend here, so it's really nice. We have a lot of good support.
We're good for business for the city of Charleston.
Yeah.
They need it.
Anything else?
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Hey,